It's elimination time to open our day here at DreamHack Open Fall. The Danes of Heroic are colliding with Big as the chopping block is about to slice its next victim. Of course, these guys aren't duking it out for just pride. There is a hell of a lot on the line here at DreamHack Open Fall. So let's briefly remind ourselves of exactly what these teams are fighting for. Of course, we start off with the EU RMR, as this is a European Regional Major Ranking event, which will be awarding points for the teams depending on their placement. Of course, this is replacing the minor system for the upcoming Rio Major, and we can see currently on our screens the current standings of the teams after the previous RMR events. Of course, expect these to be changing up throughout the course of the week as we cement the placements for the teams. And of course, this will feed into the upcoming Rio Major for those challengers, legends, and contenders spots. Up next is the road to Katowice, where players, or teams rather, will be earning points at this event as part of the ESL Pro Tour. DreamHack Open Fall will be providing 100% of the points value for the upcoming EPT Masters Championship in Katowice. And of course, this will be changing up a little bit as our EU RMR event progresses. And of course, last but by no means least is our IEM Global Challenge as well. Of course, this event is going to be happening at the end of the year, and alongside taking the lion's share of the prize money, the winner of this event here at DreamHack Open Fall will of course be awarded a spot at the IEM Global Challenge. With so much on the line, I think it's only right that we get some of the biggest brains in Counter-Strike to be breaking it down with me. And luckily, I have them on hand in the form of Christine and Maui. Potter, I asked Maui to open up the day with his highlight so far of the week. What's your highlight been so far?
Oh man, we've had so many aces in this tournament, which actually doesn't happen so early on, but we've had some individuals performing. I have to give all shout outs to Rez though. Actually, you know what? I'm going to give it to Nock. His own teammate, his own offer, just because Nock, as I mentioned, he just seems like a special player. He's got it, man. He's got it in that server. He doesn't back down. He knows exactly when to pounce, when to capitalize, when to fall back. He's just a perfect player for me in my book.
Yeah, it's been fantastic to see how the whole team of NIP have been progressing over the course of this tournament. And of course, it won't be the last we see of them, as yesterday they took that win over OG to cement their spot today. And with that, I believe we can take a little bit of a recap of our current playoff bracket as well to see exactly where we're standing coming into day 8 here at DreamHack Open Fall. Of course, Maui, we're going to be starting off with that lower bracket. It's going to be Big versus Heroic, and then later on, going to be Fnatic versus NIP. And again, we've said it literally every single day here at Open Fall, but looking at the caliber of the competition in the lower bracket, there is literally no easy way through this tournament at all.
Oh no, this is so stacked actually. The lower bracket there is such a gauntlet, and for NIP to actually have made it this far is really impressive for them. I'm gonna need them to lie down though, because I need my boys Fnatic to come out with the victory here. But on the other side, Big and Heroic, for that to be just a lower bracket round 3 game, I mean, that's crazy. That's two of the top teams in the world. They both held #1 status at one point in the year, and for them to be facing off and for one of them to pretty much be being sent home at this early in the tournament, that's just crazy. DreamHack Open Fall, this event is just crazy stacked.
Yeah, it has been absolutely stacked indeed. And of course, later on today, it will be that upper bracket grand final of Astralis versus Vitality. So we've got a lot of Counter-Strike to be delving into. But I think we need to stay focused in the match at hand. Of course, as we've been talking about, it's going to be Big taking on Heroic. And I'm wondering, Potter, do you have any kind of thoughts going into this map veto, considering we've seen these teams competing quite recently, and it was a very close matchup then?
Yeah, you're exactly right. And you know, the maps are pretty similar. I think we're going to have somewhat of a repeat coming through once again. Big, they always veto out that train. Heroic sometimes will float that dust too, but Big are so damn good on it. So I think they're going to veto out that as well. Now the picks here, Big, they do tend to always lean onto this Mirage, but the biggest question mark for me is, will Heroic pick out this Vertigo? Because they faced Big 3 times on Vertigo. The first time around, complete whitewash, 16-2, but the second time they met, it was 16-14 in Heroic's favor. So Big are absolutely adjusting, getting closer and closer. And I don't know if Heroic are going to want to chance it on and they will chance it. So it'll be Vertigo and Mirage once again. As I mentioned, both of these teams tend to always lean onto these two maps, so very familiar with each other on both of them.
Yeah, and it's going to be an exact replica of that matchup that we saw at IM New York coming out here. Of course, though, the first map switch around a little bit, but let's focus on that first map of Vertigo, Maui. As Christine was saying, you know, it was very close last time these two teams faced. So again, I imagine that we're going to be expecting another close one for Vertigo.
Yeah, the last time they faced off against each other, it was actually a 16-14. And so looking here at the stats, actually, it looks like Big hasn't done very well on Vertigo, but 4 of these games have gone to 13-16, 16-14. 2 of them went to overtime. It's some close losses for them. So it's not like they're just getting blown out in these losses. And for Heroic to be at 50%, but still have the confidence to pick this one out, I would say it's a little bit of a punish pick coming out from the Heroic side. But I think this is really anyone's map here. It doesn't feel like this is as definite as maybe the stats may say.
Yeah, and that's what we've been saying from the offset. This is going to be such a close game indeed. And of course, we want to hear what you guys are saying down in Twitch chat. Make sure you put in those hashtags in to vote for your favorite team. And of course, we'll be checking in with your predictions before we get into the games. But hashtag Big if you're going with the guys from Big Clan, or hashtag Hero if you're rooting for the Danes from Heroic. But I think we've got to start off by focusing on Big. And the wonderful Frankie had a chance to chat with Toby ahead of this one.
Heroic are a team who are very, very happy to take you on in these individual 1v1 brawls. Are you concerned about your ability to go up against them and get the win, given that Heroic are going to come for your players quite aggressively?
I think you are right, like they are individually, they are really strong. But we don't have to hide, of course, and last time we also beat them again, so I think it's a close match, and definitely what you said, they always try this, and like versus such a playstyle you cannot hide, of course, yeah, but we have as well great individuals, yeah, like we have Sandares, we have Surzon is showing up lately, he is in a really great shape, as well like Tizian, everyone, Kaito, we have just, I think we come back. It's also like, of course, there's no excuse for this tough online schedule, but it's just also exhausting. Yeah? And lately we just grind back a bit, yeah, from our, like before the player break, we were definitely stronger, yeah. But lately we come back step by step, yeah. And I'm always confident to beat them, like last time.
Well, we are really looking forward to seeing this match play out. So thank you for talking to me about it, Toby.
Thank you very much as well.
Toby basing a lot of his hopes on those past results against Heroic. And I do want to start off by talking about some of their past results, the more recent ones at this tournament. Obviously, you can see by the recent matchups, they lost 0-2 to Vitality, but maybe the scoreline doesn't dictate how we were actually quite impressed by Big. They were looking to adapt around what Vitality were throwing at them, and the Frenchmen have been absolutely lethal so far at this tournament.
Yeah, they absolutely have. And, you know, I got to feel for Toby. I got to feel for these big players because it's got to be exhausting, right? They've got a huge target on their back. They were just the #1 team in the world over the summer, as you mentioned, Freya, and all these teams are looking out to beat Big, to kind of, as I mentioned, go over that last hurdle in this online world, right? So definitely Big, you could see it in that Vitality series. They had a solid game plan, especially on that Dust 2. They knew exactly what they wanted to do to kind of isolate Shocks, isolate Zywoo, but man, Vitality, they had an answer, and that's what I mean. Big have a target on their back. All of these teams know exactly what they need to do to beat Big out. So definitely for Big coming into this series, I'm looking for a little bit something different, a bit of a flair. Maybe Searson, you know, he was their huge superstar player over the summer. Xantares has had enormous performances in all of his maps. So definitely for the Big side of things, I'm just looking for a little bit more firepower because they've absolutely got the game plan. They've got the structure to be able to beat out teams. They need a little bit something extra.
Yeah, and I think that's a very valid point to be bringing up. And something we were sort of talking about before we came into this one was actually being a little bit surprised that Tabson, you know, he's normally known for being that sort of big fragging in-game leader, hasn't really had a super great run in terms of his fragging ability so far in the tournament, Maui. Is he somebody you're going to be looking at to maybe be stepping up a bit more in that department?
Yeah, absolutely. The last time these two teams faced off against each other, he was actually the highest rated player in that series, if I'm not mistaken. So for him to kind of drop in performance just a little bit for this tournament is a little bit worrying because they barely eked that one out, that last victory over Heroic. And I really need him to step up. I need Xantarez. In fact, I really just need everybody in the server to actually step up because the last time these two teams faced off against each other, and I don't know if I've ever really seen this before in a series, it was in terms of rating among all the players, it was just alternating big player, heroic player, big player, heroic player. It was just so back and forth that if any single player falters, that could spell doom for either of these teams.
Yeah, 100%. And speaking of which, we've got to talk about the side of Heroic. But before we delve into the nitty-gritty, Frankie had a chance to catch up with Cadian ahead of this.
Cadian, congratulations on keeping your place at the DreamHack Open Fall. You've got Big coming up next. Out of the last 3 matches, you've won 2 of them. However, the last time you met at IEM New York, Big did knock you out of the tournament. Can you remember what went wrong?
We had a good start to the first half, but we really couldn't manage to get our T-side going. We lost a lot of 2v2s. One of the things that was very significant in our Cologne run was our ability to manage those kind of chaotic situations, and we really didn't manage to do that at the IEM New York. So I think that's why they finally beat us.
How do you manage those chaotic situations now?
Most of the times I have a lot of good teammates who's really good at being proactive, reacting to the situations, the movements that's happening on the map. And then at some point I or someone else will say, okay guys, calm down, I have the overview. If you throw these grenades, we'll try and react in the opposite position, or let's try and gather here. Those kind of things. We are really good at making the small mini adjustments because I have a lot of young players who's also very used to the kind of puck situation. It doesn't always have to be the perfect flash. As long as we scale together and have the correct moves, we'll be more than just fine.
I hope we have a fantastic matchup between yourselves and Big. Good luck.
Thank you.
Fantastic to get to hear from Cadian ahead of this one. And something he was saying, Christine, which is something we've been praising the team for, maybe up until that game against Sprout on Train, was that kind of adaptability of the squad. But then again, when they faced against that more aggressive, that more scrappy, that more loose playstyle, it did test them a little bit. But I feel like Cadian, when we chatted to him in the interview yesterday, he knew what he'd be working on going forward. So I'm interested to see whether that's going to be brought to the game today.
Yeah, exactly. And I think the most key point is going to be that adaptability. And that's why I kind of like this Vertigo pick. I really like this Vertigo pick coming out for Heroic. It just seems to be one of the maps where Heroic's strat book, it is stacked fat on this map, right? We know it. We've already seen them busting out the 4P90 strat. And look, if you're going to have that much fun on a map, that's when you know you've got a fat strat book, because you don't have fun unless you're winning. And Heroic have absolutely been winning, especially on this map. I'm looking at Borup towards those B stairs along with Ston in tandem with that AWP. Borup seems to have a lot of gimmicks. Actually, all of these individuals on Heroic seem to have good gimmicks, especially on Vertigo. We saw that NP5 flash strat coming out for Borup. We see Cadian consistently taking on that duel towards A-ramp. So this is absolutely a comfort pick coming out from the Heroic side of things. And they've got a lot of backup plans, a lot of pocket gimmick strats in order to get themselves into the match.
Yeah, they do indeed. And speaking of which, we've got to compare one player from each of the squads here. Maui, who have you picked for this head-to-head?
Ooh, so this is going to be Xantarez versus Testis, just the purebred riflers for both of these teams, and they've both been doing an excellent job at this tournament. You can see that Xantarez is just barely edging out Testis, but Testis on those entry kills is actually really looking sharp. The Heroic game plan has consistently set him up for success, and he has been reaping the rewards because of it.
Yeah, it has indeed. And speaking of which, I think it is time we get into our predictions, because it's something that we were speculating before coming into this. I'm still not sure where I'm siding going into this one. Potter, I'm going to give you the hard job of deciding first.
All right, I'm going to go with Heroic here. I think Big are probably looking for revenge, especially since yesterday things just did not work out for them. So Heroic absolutely need to be ready for any sort of these hyphy plays. And when they start to feel themselves getting a little too hyphy, they need to have a little bit of a breather. But I'm going with Heroic here.
Are you going to echo those same thoughts, Maui?
Yeah, actually, I want to echo the hyphiness, being originally from the Bay Area, hyphy movement in full effect here, but it's going to be Big for me, actually. I think they are going to be bringing it here. Turkish terror Xantares is going to be in that server, and he's going to be looking for blood.
Oh, it's going to be such a close matchup. I think I've got to side with Heroic for this one, but I'm so excited to see what both teams are going to be bringing to this. And I'm also really excited to see what you guys are saying down in that Twitch chat. Who are you agreeing with? Are you going to be siding with me? Are going to be going with Maui? They don't, right? Yeah. Maui, you were just talking about this. The big fans, they come out in full force, right? Maybe, you know what? Maybe you've been hyping them up on Twitter a little bit.
Yeah, they're getting stupid, dumb, and hyphy in the Twitter DMs and just about everywhere else.
Well, I think now that is set in stone. The only thing left to do is to kick off this one. It's going to be an absolute showdown for the ages. And with so much on the line, both of these teams have got to be stepping up to the plate. Can Big stand with Giants, or will Heroic be the heroes? Find out after this.
Hello and good morning, everybody. It is time for some more DreamHack Open Fall 2020 action. We've got Big, we've got Heroic, and we've got Vertigo up first in this series. Now, Heroic having looked better as of late, but Big at the same time, you know, we know what they're capable of. We know that it's just got to be a bit more firepower. That's what our analysts kind of boiled it all down to. And I think maybe a bit more firepower is what they're going to bring. They should have some pent-up aggression after their loss versus Vitality yesterday, but that wasn't any Vitality, Launders. That was a really good-looking Vitality that dismantled them in that best of three. So welcome, friends. The first pistol about to begin.
That was Vitality on a defibrillator, or just continuing to be the Vitality they've been recently. Very consistent, top team for sure. Yeah, there's a lot to unpack here, but I think we got some action coming quick with this crawl out mid.
Yeah, Molly goes by. Nico goes in. They want to just, okay, go ahead and try and take some combat action early. And it doesn't work, not at all. Xantares, the Turkish terror, as Maui Snake so aptly labeled him prior to this first map, getting kicked off. Down, he's pushed forward on that B bomb site, so a little bit of success here for Heroic. That's going to put Big's position in, well, compromised spot. Down, able to double down. Tessef's now with a headshot of his own, but it's Xantares to respond. But does Xantares have to do it all? Damn it. He's got that bomb plant, 3 kills. Glock comes off of it, and Tessef executes. It's him with the 3K, and it's Heroic with the pistol.
Are we surprised? We know about Tessef, right? We know about Tessef.
Yeah.
I just did a video on this guy just talking about how sick he is on this map, and also on Overpass, and just looking at how he plays these really, really key roles where he plays difficult positions. And one of the things I said was that you're never going to see this guy with all green stats because some of the harder positions that he plays, unless he's in absolute peak form. He's kind of like a twist for this team. But what we saw was that he absolutely carried a really recent series and has been a top performer for Heroic in the last 3. This is one of his specialty maps, and it's great to see him fragging out.
The walk and talk outside of the A site. It seems Searson on the scout. Ooh, could be a delight, you know. Searson on a scout. So we have to talk about every time this guy picks the thing up.
But what are you feeling, by the way, Heroic Big?
Yeah, big. I'm feeling spicy.
Okay.
Big. Yeah. I don't know. I feel like their game versus Vitality yesterday just wasn't quite a, you know, it didn't click. It didn't gel.
Yeah.
And Heroic?
That's my concern, actually.
Ooh, that it might happen again.
Ooh,
well,
that's where he's going.
Timing on the side of Big for this first one, but Cadian. Cadian. He's waiting, and he gets the first player and the second. Oh, there goes that bomb carrier. Tabson comes back with a Deagle headshot, and now Borup's dropped by Xantares. 2 versus 2 situation, but short shelf occupado by Nico. who now turns it back. So Searson has to clutch it, and it just won't happen. You could see the post plant all coming together. They never expected Cadian.
That's so funny because he takes too long to kill the first guy. He's praying that the spread is in his favor, and he gets the opening kill so that he can go right for the bomb planter, get the kill before it goes down. But he makes the correct play, right? The bomb planter has his hands busy. He's fully committed. He goes and gets 2 kills. If they lose because of it, it's his fault. But because they win, it's the perfect play, right? He gets 2 frags instead of just the bomb planter. The guy doesn't turn around beside him, kill him right after, and then put the bomb down. So nicely done on the target selection. Trust his teammates could do the rest of the work. And yeah, didn't make sure to even commit peek to anything else after that.
Cadian's going to play around the side of the smoke as the frag grenade opens up shop. And this is a gun round. Don't forget that. Big coming in hot. That back-to-back bomb plants. Cadian pushing inwards, finding the best of the timing. Oh, his MP9 is wreaking havoc today. Is it too late to take back my prediction?
I'll let you come over to the dark side if you want to.
Yeah? All right, nice. It's never too late to flip-flop with Launders, and I appreciate that, man. Because I don't know. Now that I'm seeing this Cadian, I'm like, he looks cerebral. He's just in on the plays already. Maybe I'm jumping the gun.
Was last time Tessa stole that ace that he got with the op. Remember that?
I do. Cut him.
That was right here on this map. Yeah, cut him. Yeah, it's really worrying for Big because right now Xanteris is the best thing about them. And tabseN is usually very reliable, but yesterday wasn't. And that was a little bit worrying, for sure.
Ooh, Cadian's just going to continue to rack him up. Having fun with the MP9, but tabseN,
okay.
Speak of the devil.
It's not too late to flip-flop, Connor.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll think about it. Okay. When is the cutoff, just so I know? When's the final submission?
Don't have a cutoff, actually.
How does that work out for them? Works out for Nico. Fire actually pushes him forward ever so slightly. Xanteris doing good damage with the Deagle. This is a close round, all things considered. Big coming in with it. Weren't supposed to find much. Keep our eyes on Searson. He's that AK bomb carrier. Creepy crawling down through forklift. Heroic still lingering at that B site, but you can see Borup about to round the corner perhaps, and if he does go clear those stairs, there is still time to sprint back to the A site. It's not too late to flip-flop. But soon it will be.
Very consistent theme in this match. Yeah, they go for the info and they go, oh, damn it. There isn't anybody here. Teslas will run back. Full HP player. Wouldn't put it past them to actually get both these kills. It's possible. Xanteris only has a Deagle. He's low. Searson, I don't know who's going to plant. Bomb. Could tap potentially. That delays for the rotation. Borup can take his damn time walking up to the A site now. They're probably going to expect them to play together. It's possible. This is a big risk.
Right, another good damage. Oh, 80 damage off of the frag. And Borup just walking in. Shoots Searson in the back of the head. Xanteris, what are you made of? 39 HP. Needs 2 Wandigs. Flashbang in front of him. Dodges it. There's the first. Oh my god, he can close this. He's going to have the shadow advantage, but he plays up close. And Borup just crab walks wide. His second kill of the map, second kill of the round, and a 4th for Heroic.
We're going to give like 80 points there to Teslas though, right? Because he throws that nade. He throws them all to delay. He throws the nade off a lineup to deny the plant. It's all the A stuff with none of the teammates left over, but it's all just to delay. The perfect 80 damage HE onto the bomb site too. So really well done. Great couple of 1Ds there on that round from tabseN. Another couple of good kills from Xanteris. Sorry, it's down through the smoke cloud into the head of Guido, trying to push into B. He was just trying to default, man. He wasn't trying to do anything too crazy. He just wanted to get a little bit of info.
Oh. He did not deserve for wrecked.
Yeah. You know, I don't know if you're still hot on Heroic, but I got another bad stat for you. However, some nades are coming out towards A.
Okay. Don't ruin the vibe just yet.
Okay.
See if tabseN can go clear test says. Searson spotted him, and there it is, the pinch. The short shelf pinch that nets Big 4 versus 4. Bomb plant. And they wait. CT side just hanging out. Smokes fade. Little utility remains now that we see that smoke go up for big. It's just the flash, the flash, and the frag.
Crashing about.
Yes, sir. Nico about to smoke off short shelf. And that could definitely nullify Xanteras for a moment at least. But no, he's going to play in front of it. Tizian baiting him out with the barrel of the op. Bomb halfway gone. They're going to have to get this rolling. And Searson through smoke is able to answer back here. Man advantage held on to for big. But now Stown starting to close that gap. The bomb tap causes chaos. The T's start coming inwards and Cadian shuts one out. But time is the difference maker. And big are on the board.
Oh, 3 ops saved on this one. That's an expensive save right there. Heroic. They peel back, but yeah, it's big to close out. That was some nice counter utility in the post plant. Just very tastefully lobbing HEs, flashes off the wall to try to expose Stown's position, get some damage off, make him shoot, find out where he is, slow down the retake. Just mess with all these timings because Heroic are waiting for a moment of peace just to set up so that they can come in. As soon as Big start throwing the counter grenades, they gotta recalculate.
Some people would fall back from grenades, but Xanteras moves inwards. And he finds Tess's head. Oh, that's dirty. That's nasty. But Tabson, he could be the difference yet again. Flash goes to the sides. Down, who kicked this off, just kicks him out. A second op kill coming out of Tess, but Keto's right behind him.
What on earth?
Stab him in the spine.
Oh my goodness.
Get him in the liver.
Personal space, man.
Oh, not even. Okay. Keeps it nasty. Now Cadian in an awful spot because of the Molotov. Could get some damage due to the bank nade. He's got utility to dump here, but 1v2 may not be easy. Tizian down to 56, takes to the high road, and is sent sailing. But is Cadian ever going to expect this position? So unorthodox from Keto. And you can see Cadian thinking maybe sandbags, maybe short. It's a committed position from Keto. Oh my god, he moves! And Cadian's going to take him down. Heroic right back on the board with a 5th.
He got a little scared. I was thinking maybe he gets spotted incidentally because his gun will be sticking out. So Cadian goes wide to clear sandbags. He might get spotted. So I'm not sure, but I think Keto might have been a bit nervous about that. I think Tizian messes up here. 2v1. Keto's not in a great spot and thinks that he could end it. He could have fallen back, played contact off Keto. If Keto is the more of a liability than he is, and he could have just gone back, then they would have been in a better spot there. Knowing Cadian's opping, but that gives Heroic 5. And this is, I don't know, a lot to do with Stown. He's doing a great job holding down A, getting opening kills. And yeah, I mean, Tessus has been disabled time and time again, so they're actually doing a great job killing Tessus.
But the ops, man, remember they saved 3 ops across the 2 teams in the round prior, and then we had 4 sniper kills coming out of Heroic on that A site. Stown with some lickety-split sniper shots. Cadian closes it with the clutch. Doesn't even drop a shot. Start of this one, Cadian trying to play Henny. Tagged down to 19, Xanteras has 20. Very cinematic experience towards this B site. Just goes to show your enemies could be near and you'll never know it. But with a little bit of teamwork, you could figure it out. It's down. Excellent assist there onto Borup. Perfect timing as well. That T was tucked. And then just as Keto started to kind of look around a little, get a bit too adventurous, eats a flash to the face. Now Tabson's looking to replace him here at the base of B, but 40 seconds and Heroic want to play proactive. They don't see anything anywhere. And if they die on this push, then suddenly that bomb carrier can just sprint into it. And Borup, he chucks the MP5 off of the map. Oh, he got distracted by Searson in the back, still clears Tabson close. There's the shot from the sniper back from Big at a trade frag that gives Tizian 10 HP to work with. But Xanteras, we know he was low from the get-go, and that's that. They're going to have to call this one off. It's Heroic 6-1.
I don't know if we were watching Bora, but wasn't that so smart? He threw the MP5 off the map so it didn't make noise, and then picked up the gun silently. And that's the only reason he peeked out, and they had a nade out because they couldn't hear him switch guns. What a smart cookie
Just
that
tinted
one.
sailing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Completely disregarding any life that may be at the base of this skyscraper, though. Kind of dangerous, you know.
I know, right? There's that chick who threw a chair off the balcony in Toronto, and then she got Instagram famous. That's the world we live in. So
Did she get jail time yet?
I think she went to court and then something, but she's famous, so she's chilling now, I think.
Fun fact.
Yeah.
9% of Borup's career MP5 kills have been at this event.
I've never paused champ so hard in my life. Cool.
9%.
Oh,
1/10.
I wanted to say Heroic.
Yes.
They haven't won versus a top 10 team in about 10 series. The last time they did was versus Big back at ESL Pro League. But since then, they've only beaten teams like Endpoint, Sprout, North, and lost to Astralis, G2, Big, FaZe, Astralis, Navi. So,
Okay.
yeah. Not the best form ever.
Yeah. Kind of back in their weight class, maybe. But this is a pretty even bout. At least it's meant to be. You know, Maui Snake did talk about how the last Vertigo game was... Oh, hey there, buddy. What you doing? TSS.
Oh.
And Cadian, both taken down here by Searson.
Oh, no.
And he's another. You can run, but you can't hide. Absolutely cleared. 0 damage out the other way. Heroic, just dismantled. You know, that's like when you have to play hide and go seek with like your, 2-year-old nephew. And the little dumbass thinks he's hidden, but you can see his feet underneath the curtains.
That's like you're
I
standing
see
behind
you.
the door trying to hide from your dog.
Yeah,
But in that case, they can't find you.
right. And in this case, he did. Easy sniper shots. Searson, even the wallbang, man. You know, that player, that third man's thinking, don't worry, guys, I can recover the... Nope. Bullet comes slamming through, and that's big on the board with a second. So props to them for that one.
Yeah, I suppose next time he's in that spot, he needs to, tuck into the wall, let them all cross. But they'll take what they can get. That's one of the best up rounds entry from T-side that you could ask for sure. So clean, no damage dealt back. It'll only be done in the post plant here by Borup with this one spray down. But yeah, there are some bounty hunters looking for him. We'll call it quits.
Look at that. Later, TSS. Now that was the nicest one of the shots. Searson with the double up. Wallbangs just, frosting on the cake. And a tactical timeout coming out of Heroic. The statistical curiosity. Searson averages 0.18 non-sniper kills a round in 2020. For reference, Cadian is at 0.39. Yeah, we do talk about Searson kind of being one of the more dedicated snipers. And even, in this case, I'm assuming non-sniper. That includes the op and the scout. Because that's where he is. Any
What is the
eco round, any
definition of
half buy.
sniper? Anything with a scope? Like, how does that work?
I don't know, man. I don't know. Put a scope on a deagle. Is that a sniper? In Counter-Strike,
Is when I
that's
use
what
it.
I would assume a
You know
sniper
what I'm
is.
saying?
Yeah, skirt.
Yeah. Oh, is an ACOG? So I guess no, because because then isn't it ACOG? That's what an AUG has,
Yeah.
right? So that's also a
Well,
scope.
sometimes AUG have integral sights built into them.
No, I like
that would
this.
be like the AUG
Don't make the
AYR.
noise. I like this. No, go ahead. This is informational.
Yeah. No. I would assume anything with a, let's say, sniper scope, hunting scope,
Okay.
scouts and ops and G3S, G1s, or SCAR 20s if you'd like. I don't know if I've ever seen him actually with an auto sniper though.
Right. So it does bring the stat into question though. What is the definition of the sniper? Because once
Nice
we
grenade.
extend to scouts, then we open up dogs.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, it's a slippery slope. Everyone's included. Now we get the wallbang damage ever so slightly. Frag grenades going to take a chunk out of Tabson. Tessez is back by sandbags, but that trajectory completely gives him away. Oh, good thing his frag is fantastic. I thought Tabson still had enough HP to survive another frag grenade, but I mean, that had to have been a dunk.
How do you line that up?
I don't know. And then he's going to use Stown to double down on that side of the map, but Tizian has cut them off from the B site. Bomb now scrambling back beneath their feet on the floorboards, and Keto just the one and done. Searson's going to try to move this bomb in as quick as he can, but already the CT's on site. He knows it, and he flicks over onto Nico. Now it's down to the clutch, and it's Stown looking for his third. He's already playing off of green. He's going to hold his own with a headshot to close.
Wow, that was nicely tried. That was a nice try. You know, Searson, he reads it. Stown actually peeks a bit too early. We saw a similar situation where they don't actually wait for the next defuse to go, or the next plant to go down. He peeks it a bit early, but he's too quick for the headshot. So, yeah, he has to readjust. A little bit awkward. Searson almost nails that one. Would have been a great clutch by Searson. But there's a round where Tizian, I think he could have closed off the site a bit better. He gets the kill, but he doesn't actually fall back. Nico doesn't spawn, to be fair. Catches them off guard. But already another fiery paced round. So they try to bust out mid. However, it's in the face of Flames. And Stown's here to fight.
He's got assistance as well. 3 players for Heroic looking to face off top mid. Santera's doing his best to sound bigger than he is. Solo on the A hold. To return to an earlier point, you know, we go look at the IEM New York game between these teams. Yes, it was 16-14. If we go back just, I think, like a week prior to that matchup at the beginning of the month, well, it was a total blowout. 16-2 as well on Vertigo between these guys. So which of those bigs are we going to get today? So far, so good for Heroic. Again, sound coming out of the base of the A ramp elicits a response in utility. But notice how Heroic haven't really taken too much of a chance down ramp ever since they were wrecked by Searson that one round. They're doing a good job of just staying tucked, but also staying near. We've seen Borup get flashed, thanks to Stown from this spot. Try and challenge the base of the B ramp. There's 3 Ts on the other side, and he is just on that MP5. Oh, but even while blind, he's able to pick up that first kill onto Tabson. Further damage output coming out from Stown. Nicely done as he hits the 12th kill mark. And Nico, at half the frags, takes his place behind Big Green. Smoke screen thrown up. Bomb now planted. Very few seconds to spare and very little cover for Zantares. Counter-terrorists getting closer. Nico just crawling this one into perfection. Oh, Santeras never sees it coming. And now Nico wide swings into the sniper. A second kill for him in this 3v3 retake. Tizian with everything to do goes down as Nico finds the 3-piece.
Man, they just got so many strong riflers, right? Like the Nico retake, watching every moment of that was just beautiful. How he cleared all of those angles. I mean, it was such confident peaks, but it was just these instant 1-bullet headshots. And he even peeks in the front towards Zantares to not waste time. And goes and just does it all for them. And I like the amount of damage that Stown was able to do. Great map from him so far, 12-5 already on the CT side. I'm going to go ahead and look it up, but I'm going to assume this is one of his best maps as well. I feel like we don't actually talk about Stown enough anymore because of the new guys that have joined the team, but he has been such a rock.
Yeah. I really think he's bringing something special with like the ability for Heroic to fall back into the double sniper. We always knew Cadian could do it. Stown as well, even when he was making waves back in the Mountain Dew League. Used to play with his brother. Want to call them the Fragsters. Back in the day. Here's Testes. Smoke grenade goes forward. 3 Ts on the other side. 2 already on the bomb site. Testes able to line them up. And now if Tizian tries to challenge too long, he could falter next. But Borup gets his rotation into position. Searson's able to challenge down that shelf. He has an M4, but he's gone ahead and dropped bomb. As Tizian is now committed to the position and utility reigns around him. Gets back on bomb. Ooh, dodging shots, dodging grenades, but eventually Borup gets there. His 10th kill as well. With another 3K for Borup, Heroic lead 9-2.
So just looking it up, this is Stown's best map, tied with Inferno for a 1.16 rating overall. About 0.05 up from his average on other maps. Definitely a good performer no matter what, but that's This is one of his probably his favorites. I would say, you know, whatever map you play on the best is probably one of your favorites. It's down, actually, kind of an incidental shoulder peek, I feel like. Looks for a nice passive shot, but I think shows enough to Sears to make him shoot back. Okay, that's a trade. Excuse me, an entry.
Down was supposed to be positioned on this way earlier, but kind of awkward playing around on that wire.
Yeah.
You'd think they'd install safer railings.
So easy to fall off. I bet he's not even wearing a hard hat.
You think a hard hat would protect him?
No, but you're just supposed to wear it.
Yeah, it's the rules, guys. It's called regulations. And it's down. Oh my goodness, he's drawing attention. Tesses is in a great spot. Two players line up. Tesses nails him, goes for the third, but Searson stops it. And now there's a chance back here for Big. Tabson, in the meantime, had already worked inwards and now sends Katie in packing. Borup's on the flank with bomb.
Babysit the bomb,
The
Borup.
bomb.
Oh, the timing game. Oh,
and he wide peaks. Oh, Searson's op was on cycle. 30 seconds left over. Tabson has to somehow get through this. I mean, what's he going to do? He has no utility. He doesn't have time to do the wraparound. Borup is just going to wait out this smoke and stay fixated on this position. It's going to boil down to the aim duel. Borup obviously with the edge, and he is going to close it. Tesses with the timing, and Borup babysitting bomb.
Ow. I felt like I was just in the final moments of grilling a steak. Just had some Wagyu on the pan, looking at Tessis. Thinking about his next meal. Those two players running by him. A third one here behind him. Him and Borup do it all. Clear your angles.
Twice, just to make sure. Cadian. There it is. Xanterra's taken out of this one. We're getting Big back on the pistols. So, I mean, that's not a good look for them. Off of the one kill, Heroic. The pack mentality kicks in. They look to hunt. Tesses adding one to the tally. Keto gets his feet up that B ramp. He does have the bomb carrier behind him, so a nice clean B entry could net them something, but the bomb goes down first. He gets the kill they were looking for, but then it's Heroic across the kill feed to completely shut it down. A team ace in round 13, as if everything wasn't already going so well. Check out the kill differential here for Heroic. 2 on 13, 2 on 11, and 1 on 10.
It's kind of like yesterday, isn't it? Where
Yes, sir.
it was Xanterras was like doing the most. Double entry rounds, everything on T side. And then players just having such slow starts on Big between today and yesterday.
Tabson's there with him. Tabson and Xanterras to talk about kill counts, both sitting on 10, so they've punctured through to the double digits. Their round count has not. And it won't. Best case scenario, now 4 rounds to 11 for Big. Stown gets aggressive in mid, sees the guy back, Jenny. Drops the first shot, and they recall. Don't need to take needless threats, or risks rather, excuse me. Really try and clamp this down at that 13-2. Again, I said that not the last time they played, but the time prior to that, total stomp. They could look to replicate the score if they give up nothing more. And as they hear this utility being used on the A-ramp, Tesses gets aggressive, swings out for the second, and it is just flawless.
That's what they're looking for when they get yellow control like that. No one comes up to fight them on short shelf. They had that's a favorite fight of theirs, you know, to get them turning the corner on the ramp, clearing out sandbags. But Heroic have pretty much been always there, so I'm a little bit surprised. I don't know about you. I'm a little bit surprised they're not more aware of that push. It's not like Heroic had been shy about pushing that.
Oh, they're coming.
Oh my
Good luck, Tizian. I think you're gonna need it. Peeks out, gets nothing. 5 survivors here for Heroic. 12 rounds, a 10-point lead, and the final round of the first half.
They are
That flash,
sharing.
man, just so close to hitting the mark, but not good
Yeah.
enough.
And they are sharing the workload, as you pointed out. It's just nothing going here. How many plants are we looking at? We've got a few early on. Last 4, no plants. Definitely have been a lot, though. It seems like there were some opportunities to win for big, but now that those are gone, Heroic are just getting too powered up.
And at this point, I feel like Heroic, I mean, they could justify doing anything at any time.
Right.
Any of the
Such
individuals.
a confidence team, right?
Yeah. Well, I mean, Heroic's and Cadian's rather, pre-game interview talked about that, how it's just a matter of finding the space, finding the timing, making the play, getting aggressive, feeling it. Anybody can do it. A lot of these guys playing kind of unleashed. When you've got this kind of a kill differential, why not?
Yeah, they've got that uncut gems energy. Puggy, talented players that just have added a bit of discipline, good leadership, all on the same page.
That flash from Cadian. Oh, it's going to be a solar flare. 2 players down. 3 flash assists and 3 frags, most notably from Stown. Again, it's just timing. Big, they're like stagnant on the ramp, like stalagmites, just sitting there. And Heroic, they have no time for this. Perfect timing on the peak, perfect timing on the play. Xanterra's all that remains. He sees the shadow, swings out for it. It's a 1 versus 4 attempt for Xanterra's with 15 seconds, and that is all she wrote for the first 15. 13 for Heroic. Come back after the halftime break to see how quickly they close. 13-2, Heroic absolutely stomping on Big's hopes and dreams here in our lower bracket semifinal. It could be over quick. It could come back somewhat. It could come back all the way. That's why you stuck around, because you're curious. You're curious to know whether Big have got a little fight in them on this CT side. We'll find out. That we shall. It's a matter of time, in fact.
I think that this is just where you want to Marshawn Lynch them, right? Just put tons of pressure. Just don't stop. Don't let them breathe. Just literally push, spam, make them scared, make them uncomfortable. This is when Big, they have their lowest confidence right now. 13-2 half like that. They're scrambling just to see if they still got it. You know, they're just hoping they hit that lucky one tap. You go, man, I'm still in this. You know, someone gets a clutch. Don't give them that hope if you're Heroic.
Yeah, you're right. If their confidence is at an all-time low, they're letting them just stew in it. Make them sweat. Utility comes over the top of the B side. Tisney in. A very nice first shot. Able to recover after trying to hide his head. But, of course, it's Down, who's kind of on one today. Getting the double block head. Ooh, Tess with the tap. Oh, and a second. Oh, and maybe the third. Not yet.
Don't do it to him.
He's got a chance. He's going to answer. One of his own. Now swapping to the second USP. Stown will take him down. They didn't need the bomb. They were just taking shots. Stown up to the 20 kill mark already.
7. Oh, man. Oh.
Yes, please.
Wow. Inspirited performance here today, this morning, from Stown.
Down.
Down the mound to clown.
Here we have it, Big. Good luck. They're going to have some sort of a buy, getting what they can. Deagle's utility, and Tess just has no regard for his own damn life. Now, the frag grenade's excellent from Searson. His scout even connects that second shot. Xantares, he's cut off the bomb. Things are gotten a little too chaotic. Heroic trying to force the issue. Now have to recover, but oh my god. He didn't stand a chance. Xantares, he's got an armor, he's got an AK, he's got 2 players lined up, and now he's down to 77 HP. He lays the smoke on the floor. Nico goes crawling through it. Xantares, he's so fixated forward, never even thinking of the possibility for the walk-through smoke.
Yeah, there's only 2 options. It's just a matter of timing. Oh, did he just fake the reload? Oh, he faked the reload to get the push out. I like that because there's only 2 options.
Back. Oh, he wins this. Nico. Xantares is so good, man. Boils it down to the timing. He was watching what he had to because of the sound cue. Turns his attention at the perfect moment, thinking there could be something afoot. And yes, Big will get another round. But I mean, let's be real, right? Straight up aggression out of Heroic. Just throwing caution out the window. And it's going to cost them at least 1 round. 14-3. 14-3.
And it looks like a forced buy from Big. Even after that. Scout, 2 MP9s. They only recover the 1 AK. They only have 1 alive.
Youch. Nice
Okay,
nade.
Tessus, hand that over. Give that up. They're going to go for the...
Here.
They're going to run?
No, here.
And here. First jump. And...
Oh, onto Cadian. Throw him onto Cadian. Cadian then just pole vaults him over the box.
For no reason. That would be great.
Nothing in middle. Ooh. Frag grenade negligible. Tess about to get peeked from 2 CTs in their spawn off of the flash from elevator. MP9 swings wide. There you go. Big with a bit of a proactive play, and it's perfect. See, that's the kind of stuff that Heroic was throwing out on that A ramp on their CT side round after round. And now that Bigger and kind of controlled the situation based on the economy, well, they find it. There's a little life, a little spice in this dish. But it's getting cold. Nico. What? Ooh, never mind. It's spicy. Oh, it is spicy. 2 Deagle headshots out of nowhere. I need to see that second one. I absolutely need it in my life now, please. And we'll see if anything else can come of this magical moment. Something that should have never happened for Heroic. Borup tasked to the 1v2. Santera's on top of construction, just waiting as Tizian gets all the closer. It's Tizian with 100 HP. Now starting to make his move, and the M4 misses the mark. Valiant effort coming out of the 2 remaining members of Heroic. Those were the guys who had the less weapons, and still they almost made it happen. Comes down to the time, and Big will survive, now trailing by 10.
Queued up.
The second one.
That's an iPad frag right there. Just touched him.
Boop.
Yeah. No wasted mouse movement whatsoever. Insta. That one's for the Vine.
Damn, Daniel.
My favorite.
Now we have to wait for Heroic to get back onto the guns. Ooh, that could be hefty. Yeah, and then Searson's in the corner. Come get some.
Where's the Summit 1G? Hisoisen. What is that from?
Soyson. I don't know what it's from. It's from, for me, it's from watching Summit.
Because, yeah, for me too. We do Shroud impression.
Do it.
Where the fuck I am.
Kill him. Back at it, Mohan. Look at this. Fast clash, wasting no time. You said mouse movement is precious. Well, so is the round timer. And Nico wants to get right back to where he was when he so beautifully, majestically lined up those 2 Deagle shots. But talking about lineups, Tizian doesn't even see them, doesn't even need to, so it seems. However, his teammates not in so good a position. Crazy to think that's a quarter of Tizian's kills coming in from the start of this round. Oh my God, he shot 3 players with that 1 AK bullet. That could have been a ridiculous ace had he just been given a chance to fire off a couple more rounds, but the 3 weapons fired back. And for that reason, we have Keto all alone.
Yeah,
he has 4 kills to his name, needs 3 more, and they're not even near him anymore.
He's got his attention. He's bought it. It's not even on a lease. Keto, he just wants to believe it's still going to be A. There's just no chance for him, man. He can't even, he's too far away. He's got the full Batman utility kit. He could rotate if he was closer, but instead, the AK here. Oh, heartbreaker. Tizian off of the bottom of the smoke. He saw 2 pairs of feet. Double spray down to kick things off. Felt like it was going to be a clean round from Big, but look who shows up in the 4th quarter. It's Nico. Has been all over this T side already, even when most of the time they haven't had guns.
Sneaky Nico. Working that B site well. So Heroic have done it, as we all expected them to. After that first half, they've hit in the 15 mark. Sure, it took a little bit more time because they had the bold confidence of running in blindly in the second round of the second half. But now they're recovering. They've got guns. And everybody else still looking good while they do it. What's Big's buy? Well, it's decent. They've got the op on Searson. They've got 3 rifles for the other 4 players. Tons of utility, double kit. Like, it's doable. But it's difficult. Could we quickly get a look at Borup's AK-47, please? Okay, yeah, I was like, is that a bunch of llamas?
It is, yes.
It is a bunch of llamas. All right, the llama cannon.
Or pull it out.
That is all.
Okay. What do you value?
Man, that's underrated. That's underrated.
Professional trader for you. What do you value this skin at?
Value-wise, it's not earning much. Okay. Stylistically,
okay.
Big creative points.
What if it's signed by Borup too?
Well, I'd take it.
Bumps it up. Yep, me too. The llama cannon.
The llama laser.
The llama laser, love that. Imagine dying to this gun. Da, 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 da.
just spits on you.
Oh yeah, as long as do. All right, well, a more standard round for once. Slower paced round for once. Ending on A as it should.
Yeah, 20 seconds left to crunch this. So single flash left here for Big. It's going to come down to the final few waning moments. And with the mid kill happening, there's no assistance here for Big. It's just got to be the hold, and it doesn't hold on very long. 7 seconds to spare. Stound's going to kill Keto on the other side of the map, and Tabson finally brings it back, but only with a single kill. He has 4 more to go. He knows that mid's compromised. He knows the A site's been completely swarmed. Bomb's 1/4 of the way gone, and so is he. It seemed like an inevitability after that first half, and sure enough, it is. Heroic taking their map in convincing fashion.
Aren't you glad you flip-flopped, Connor?
I sure am. At least on this first map, man. I mean, the series still has more to give. I have a little bit of faith in Big, but we saw them lose out versus Vitality yesterday in their opening map, and there was no like big bounce back. You know, there was no return to form in the series. It just fizzled out. And I really hope for Big's sake that they don't fizzle out now facing elimination. They have to reverse sweep this series, and it's not going to be easy. Heroic look good. So join us after the break. Our analysts will be here to unpack Vertigo, and hell, this series goes on.